All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Wednesday, Wanderlust Wednesday, yet again here in the cave. A couple of days off. We try to churn these out as much as possible these days, but Wanderlust Wednesday, we're doing like odds and sods again today. We haven't done that in a while, where we would throw just some random songs at you, just get them out there. But there is a theme to this one. Today, we're talking about the British invasion. Some of you are saying, Mark, are you talking about April 1775 when the colonials and the British began clashing? The year that Keith Richards was born? Nope, we're not talking about that. Are you talking about 1964 when the Beatles landed in America and the Stones, the beginning of the British invasion? No, we're not talking about that. Are you talking about 1982's Falkland Wars, the unofficial war, 10 weeks of conflict between Argentina and the UK over territories and sovereignty? Nope. But we are talking about 1982, different British invasion. It's not really one that's well known because it's not classified as such. I just made it up. So we are pretty much going back to 1982 for the most part here, with a bunch of random songs that are just living up here that just have to come out, and in no particular order. But we're going to start with one because this one is the one that confuses me the most. This one is a song from 1982 that I never heard in my life till about 3 years ago, and they play it on either First Wave or something like that, probably First Wave. But I hear the song and I'm like kind of digging it. Like it's catchy, like it's kind of quirky and almost like a novelty song, but still kind of fun. And I'm like, why do I not know this song? Why is this being played? And what's going on here? So I had to look it up. And the first one that we're talking about is Captain Sensible with What? That's W-O-T. What? Off the album Women and Captains First. Love the title. Get the Van Halen reference there. Who is Who is Captain Sensible? Captain Sensible from London, UK. Born Raymond Ian Burns. Bottom line is he founded the group The Damned in 1976. The punk band The Damned, played bass first and then switched to guitar, with Rat Scabies on drums. What a name. 9 singles in the UK Top 40. The first punk band from the UK to have a single, an album, and a tour of the United States. How about that? We won't talk about The Damned because I don't know a lot about The Damned. I know who they are. I'm a little bit familiar with their music. But again, this is punk band. And then he reinvents himself. He's famous for wearing a red beret and white sunglasses. And he churns out this 80s music, and he did a remake of a song from a Broadway play or something like that, and had a hit. But anyway, he put this out and went to number 26 in the UK and number 24 on the Hot Dance chart in the United States. Never heard the song in my life. Say, Captain, what? I don't know why. I mean, my wife hears this song and she's like, we do not agree. This song is terrible. And I think she should probably say that for a few of these songs on here and today. And some of you might as well. That's why it's Wanderlust Wednesday. But this song, what? I don't know. I find it catchy. I like the beat. There's a whole story about how he heard some noise in America and he recorded it to complain to the hotel and because it was terrible. But then he brought it back with him and they turned the beat into the beat of the song. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, the song is What? Captain Sensible. Never heard it in my life, but for whatever reason, it's so bad it's good. To me, at least. Next up, 1982. Again, we're going back to 82. Toto Coelo. You know what I'm doing here? I Eat Canibals. I like this song the first time I ever heard it. Ever heard it on the radio. I remember searching and finding the 45 with the sleeve, the cover on there. This quintet from the UK, these women. I don't even know if they're professional singers. Somewhere along the way, I read that they were just regular people, Anyway, put together by a producer or something like that, but formed in 1981. And they put out this song, I Eat Canibals. It's this weird video where they're dressed up in crazy outfits. And I don't know. I've always liked it. Got no problems with it. It's catchy. Went to number 8 in the UK, number 5 in Australia. number 66 in the United States in 1983. So not as much love in the United States. So a lot of you probably really do not like this song. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it reminds me of my youth or what, but I got no issues with it. It's catchy and it's, it's a novelty song, but it's fun. Comparisons made to this group, although this group probably a little more serious. Next up, 1982 or so, right around there, back to 82. Bow Wow Wow. Not Snoop Dogg. Bow Wow Chicka Wow Wow. It's not Bow Wow Wow. It's not Snoop Dogg. Bow Wow Wow. The Sex Pistols manager, Malcolm McLaren, took members of Adam and the Ants, so the Ants, and said, hey, you guys, I want to start a band. Let's start a band. So they left and they formed this band and they look around for a singer and they finally find this girl singing in a dry cleaner. And she's 13 years old, Annabella Lewin, if you know the story. And they took her and they made a record. They made a lot of records. New wave dance music. And for a brief time early on, they added a second lead singer, George O'Dowd. And early on in one of the cassettes, Annabella referred to herself as Captain Lush. There's that captain word, Captain Sensible, Captain Lush. So George O'Dowd referred to as Lieutenant Lush. Everyone here know who George O'Dowd is? Very short stay in Bow Wow Wow, not very long. Left and formed Culture Club. We're talking about Boy George. But anyway, they would go on and release, they had singles and they were moving along doing their thing. They put out I Want Candy in 1982, which, that's a Strange Loves remake from 1965, and it was huge all over the place. I mean, that one got played a lot. Some people really got sick of that one, but that's not what we're here for. In 1983, that's what we're here for, really. 83 is when they basically put out another album. When the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Remember the whole controversy of putting Annabella on album covers with no shirt on at the age of 14, even though she could not see anything. They were recreating a classic painting. There was a lot of trouble around that. But that record had the song we're talking about today, Do You Want to Hold Me? Maybe everyone knows this song, but it went to 3 in the Dutch charts, and only number 77 in the United States. And by September of 83, they had already fired her out of the band. They were gone. They were done. Number 47 in the UK. But Do You Want to Hold Me was all over MTV in 83, and I just remember that song, love it. Last but not least, Chris de Burgh. I can't remember if I covered this one or not, but Chris de Burgh, the British guy, look, he's, his name, right? But we're talking about September 1982. Here we are back in 82, the British invasion of 82. He puts out a record, The Getaway, and the first single off it is Don't Pay the Ferryman. Do you remember this song? Don't Pay the Ferryman? September 82. First UK hit went to number 48, went to number 34 in the United States, moderate hit in the US. He's since sold 45 million records. Why? Because 44,500,000 were The Lady in Red. That's why. I don't know, I guess. Anyway, Chris de Burgh, Don't Pay the Ferryman. It's a story about the guy going across a river in a storm or something, and the ferryman wants to get paid before he gets to the other side. I mean, it's a hauntingly clever song that, I don't know, I've always liked. 9 minutes, Wanderlust Wednesday. That's what you get when you get a break from me. But you got Captain Sensible, Toto Coelo, Bow Wow Wow, and Chris de Burgh, all in one episode. Odds and sods for Wanderlust Wednesday. Take your pick. Give them a listen. Tell me how good, bad, or otherwise they are. But that's what you got today in your ears. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.